Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech Heavy Metal. I don't think that we really had the option of not repairing. We are going to have to sit here for 5 days while we do some work on the Centurions. One of them was down to 4 structure in one of the torso sections, and a weapon got crit, and this is just how it's going to have to be. The good news is, we did finish repairing the secondary Jenner before we hit Planetfall, so in 5 days, we will have a functional crew of 4 mechs with a backup Locust if we absolutely have to use it. So it's not going to be too long out of our way, but yeah, I don't much like just sitting planetside. That said, there's a lot of work to be done here. I think it's a good idea for us to stay here, stick it out, and make some more money. So we don't have to think about this right now. What we have to think about is sitting still for 5 days. So we're about to finish an upgrade to the Argo.
Those upgrades you asked for are on.
And I think we definitely need more mech tech points. We're starting to have bigger and more expensive and difficult jobs to do. So 450 for 2 tech points in 10 days. 270 in 20. We can afford this, and I think we need the tech faster. Let's go ahead and do this.
It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
Right, and then we just chill out until the Centurions are back in working order. Yeah, I'm surprised at how much damage we managed to take on that mission. It's tricky to deal with small mechs that just want to sprint every turn. You know, when they're fighting you, it's one thing, but if they're just trying to run past you to blow something up and you need them to not blow it up, is really fairly difficult. So a lot of the good missions are 2.5 skulls, it's like worrying levels of difficulty. The only mission here that's actually 2 skulls does not have a very good payout. We're tracking a regular pirate logistical convoy through this area and believe it is carrying critical supplies. Destroy the convoy. You know, blow stuff up. We have no information on what defenses the convoy is likely to have. Assume at least 1 lance escorting it. If so, there's a bonus in it for you. And probably the mechs that are guarding the convoy will be a little bit bigger. You know, probably not smalls at the very least, not all of them. So we could take home some decent salvage. The fact that the payout on this mission is so poor makes me think that we probably want to go a little higher salvage on it. And then we have some 1.5 skulls we could do. Hot Landing has a decent payout. Carrier, not so much. I don't know that we want to step up to a 2.5. That might be pushing it. Let's try this though. So working for the Free Worlds League against the Pirates. Take 211, 315, or 419. And each point of priority salvage we're taking is like 110,000 C-bills. That's not such a big price. I'm gonna be hopeful. I'm gonna go 315 and hope that there will be a couple of decent mechs, or that will take a big piece of 1 mech home. And we have four functional mechs that you might actually want to use for a job, so those are the 4 we're taking. And also, we're starting to run a little low on good pilots. Maybe we want to chill for a day, because we have a bunch of pilots coming off bed rest tomorrow. Like Sourdough. Sourdough would be great. During the daily briefing, Dr. Murad raises a hand. There will be a rare meteor shower on Ithaca. I thought it would boost everyone's spirits if we viewed the phenomenon from up close on the observation deck. Sounds risky, Darius shakes his head. It's not like the Argo has brakes. Well, how about we install a telescopic camera on the hull, Dr. Murad persists. Grizzly volunteered to mount it. Who is Grizzly? Which one of my pilots is that? Okay, somebody we hired recently, I think. And maybe it'd be safer to take the Leopard down to Ithaca's surface and view the pretty lights from a safe distance, Yang beams. Hell, I'll even cook. What do you say, Commander? I mean, it seems like the crew's pretty excited about the telescopic camera. I'm worried that this is going to result in a loss of mech tech points, as people have to break off of mech repairing to repair the ship. So let's try this. Dr. Murad knows best, you say. Send Grizzly out to mount a camera. In a few hours, Grizzly returns safely to the Argo, and Dr. Murad organizes an enhanced viewing party in the mess. I adjusted the diffraction grating so we can observe the full range of the shower's spectra. On a view screen, the meteors flare up and cerulean tails shimmer with fuchsia and magenta. While the high-fidelity display draws a number of cheers and gasps, the mech warriors crowd around Grizzly. Her story of narrowly avoiding a shooting star while mounting the camera gets repeated over and over during the following days. Grizzly clearly has a real knack for handling herself in low gravity and continues to volunteer for more tasks that require her to venture outside the Argo in an AVA suit, which I guess gives you experience. Also, 3 points of morale for the whole crew is pretty nice. We will get another increase to our free morale per turn if we get to 41, so that would be a nice thing to have happen. Okay, now let's go try that job. Take it like this, and Sourdough. Sourdough is a reasonable pilot for a Jenner, I think. Well, do we want the sensor lock on the Jenner or on the Firestarter more? Probably on the Jenner, especially since with the Jenner's lower armor there and higher heat output, there are going to be some turns where it needs to just hide from people. Firestarter is an absolute machine, a total beast. So we are ambushing a convoy in a lunar environment. Now remember, this Jenner is one that we outfitted with a little bit more SRM and a little bit less laser, so it will run a little bit cooler than the other one. I don't remember exactly how much, but like every little bit counts in a biome like this where you're only sinking a very small amount of heat every turn. And we're just going to try to be very careful. Thanks to like having sensor lock, we have an ability to be very careful that far surpasses our ability to be very careful before. We might actually be able to like destroy a member or two of the enemy lance before they get to shoot at us, which will make it a lot easier to recover larger mechs. And Tire Fire's very close to getting her first called shot bonus on top of all of her good aim and breaching shot, so it's not going to be too much longer before she is potentially able to just like knock the head or knock a leg off of a mech, but like pretty consistently. Alright, move up, find out what we're dealing with, head for the evac, blow stuff up, etc. You know, do mech warrior stuff. Just get out there and mech warrior.
Moving to position.
We probably want everybody up on the hill, right? Well, maybe not the Firestarter, but we definitely want everybody else up on the hill, at the very least.
Enemy detected.
Alright, so we've got the Reed. One fast mech, two fast mechs. The 20, so it's probably also a Locust. Okay, Locust E is the energy Locust with all of the extra lasers.
Good to go.
Well, I think I want to do this. This seems alright.
Heading out.
Okay, so they have 4 tiny mechs, 30 tons, might be an assassin or something, or not an assassin, but a javelin. And then they have a vehicle on 3, a vehicle on 2, and 2 vehicles on 1.
Firing full complement on it.
Doesn't really give us too much information. And unfortunately, these enemy mechs have full armor. Very unusual.
Minimal damage on that hit.
There's a pretty good chance that the vehicles are the most dangerous part of the fight we're about to have here. I'm going to move up to here. Boy. That makes me a little nervous. Can I do that while jumping? Just like gain a little bit more evasion. Yeah, 1 extra evasion. That's fine. It doesn't generate too much heat. I don't want to see all of the enemies, but I do want to reveal something. Okay, sure. That's an LRM carrier. An LRM carrier that is in pretty good shape, actually. Well, we will definitely hit that thing with the autocannons. I'm going to try to bring this guy down, though. Since I couldn't possibly kill the LRM carrier with the medium lasers anyway. No sense going after it at that moment. We managed to cut the DPS output of this Locust in half. Ooh, I don't care for that. The Jenner might be in some real trouble here, actually. We're seeing an awful lot of guns on these enemies. Okay, not 100% certain I understand the logic there. But I'll take it. I'm not too upset about it. Let's make sure that that LRM carrier goes down, because that is a huge bummer.
Tell me what to do.
Primary target damaged. Concentrate your fire. Primary target is damaged, Commander. Keep it.
All right.
Knocked out a vehicle.
That's a real good vehicle to kill nice and early in the battle. The rest of them are mostly just going to run, which is obviously kind of a shame. I think I'm going to reserve this Centurion. Let's see if anybody else shows themselves. We can hit them with the LRM-20. No, the enemies are just going to run. Okay, so that's not an LRM carrier. That's a LRM-10 we just saw there. So that's probably like a, what do you call it? A Stinger?
Waiting on you, Commander.
See, your mech is the one that has the better jump jets, but it's still not very good. I didn't realize I was causing such a bottleneck here.
Got it.
I guess we'll just run forward, because we know that the last vehicle is just going to drive forward as well. Is that an LRM carrier? Yes, I think so. Jesus.
Let's get fired up. There's
Just
work to do.
casually pitching LRM carriers at me feels
Ready
a
for orders.
little unfair. Well, remember what I was saying about having to sometimes just hide? So which vehicle was it? It's the 60 ton. It's the one in front. So I need to jump to a place where I still have a sensor lock on that front vehicle. The left side is damaged, so we'll position the mech like this.
Jumping.
And we're just gonna establish a sensor lock on the LRM carrier.
Sensors locked on.
So that hopefully the Centurions can get what they need. Okay, LRM Locust, not a huge threat. Especially not when it runs up this far. Seems like a bad play. I think I want to wait for the other little mechs to go. I guess I only have... Yeah, I only have only 2 points of evasion remaining. I might want to just jump way up here and start working on these vehicles. Nobody ever shoots at the fire starter for some reason, so we should take advantage of that. Because the little mechs aren't too dangerous, but the vehicles are going to keep running. We have to, at the very least, we have to keep up. This makes me fairly safe. And it's not actually impossible for us to kill the Scorpion. A hit to the rear armor with both lasers would do the job. I'm not going to bother. The odds that the aim shot would direct both lasers to the same location is pretty low, even if aimed shots on vehicles did work the way they're supposed to, which I'm not convinced that they do. So, let's just save the resolve, make sure everybody has that inspired effect on them. All this Locust nonsense matters very, very little.
I hear ya.
We have to find a way to kill that LRM carrier.
What can I do for you?
My inclination is definitely just to jump up here. So we don't really get to do anything this turn except shoot the LRMs at it. Which is fitting, but also it's frustrating how damage spreads with these things. But maybe between the two Centurions we'll find a... Huh. Weird that so much would go to the front. I would have thought we were firing from behind.
Waiting for orders.
It's nice of the Scorpion, I thought, there to not do anything that could have actually allowed us to take damage.
Got it.
Not impossible. If 3 missiles go here, we win. We get him, and we're shooting 15. That's actually like fairly likely to work. We got some really good clustering from the other Centurion.
Heads up, Commander. Got hostile contacts inbound.
Really? Feels a little early in the mission for hostile reinforcements inbound. And we still have to destroy these vehicles. We do lose if we fail to destroy these vehicles. Okay, let's run pretty deep here. And do a scan on... front one, I guess. It doesn't super matter. I think it's better to kill the Striker, I guess, because it has the LRMs and it will get to shoot us no matter what. But it's going to do so little damage with most of those shots that I was a bit torn there. There's definitely a universe where we just shoot the Striker instead, right? Okay, you need to take a turn off of shooting. Just let the heat... Man, look at how little we're dissipating. I almost want to set up for... Let's see, where's their evac? It's way over there. I almost want to set up for a death from above. I think I am just going to sprint out to here.
Full throttle.
Okay, and their little mechs are going to pound the Centurions, which is not totally ideal, certainly. I guess we're going to do some split fire, because we're going to have to start putting the autocannons into these little guys. Fortunately, some of the time they're not moving quite so much before shooting us. Maybe, like, pick a guy up if he only has 3 evasion or something. But you can't use precision shot on a guy while split firing into another guy. So, we're going to have some difficulty hitting these dudes. Somewhere. A whole lance of enemy mechs is moving on 4. Very frustrating.
What can I do for you?
No way for me to get a direct shot on any of those, huh? Well... AC 5 shot at 60%. I don't much like it. We do have to kill these things eventually, though. AC 5 is on the right side? Yeah, so we stand like that. It gives me a little bit of... It didn't really turn out to be as turned to the left as I was hoping. So you're A and you're B? This is the locust that doesn't have its arm missing.
Line them up and I'll shoot them down, Commander.
Alright, well, we softened them up a little. Okay, that was pretty good.
Another hit like that and you're toast.
With 30.
Waiting on you, Commander.
I think this mech needs to keep moving forward, probably. You know, this isn't too bad. We might actually be able to finish off that locust.
I read you, Commander. Commander. Moving
We
out.
do run a little bit hotter over here, unfortunately. Do I drop everything on him? Maybe I save the UAC. Just so that it's not on cooldown if one of the reinforcement mechs shows up and it's, like, terrifying. Oh, really? We're shooting into his front arc. Oh, I guess he's turned just enough. Well, it's probably fine.
Uh-huh.
Okay, structure exposed. It is not going to take much more. I can't believe
And there's more where
that
came
thing's still
from.
alive. The pilot just is taking a third point of damage on the knockdown here, so maybe we'll get... Yep, okay. 3 health pilot. Works for me. Not a big deal. We have tons of evasion. So, the thing's front armor is completely gone. It needs a single point of damage to the front. Are we shooting in the front arc here? Yes, we are. Okay.
Engaging target.
Really? I hit both of the sides. Okay. Well, I wanted to go with the fire starter first so that we could know whether we needed the Jenner to shoot this thing or whether it was safe to lock the target lock the other one. But actually, it looks like we might not even have a choice. Yeah, alright, well,
Location confirmed.
I guess we're gonna target lock the other one?
I've got a sensor lock.
I really didn't think there was much chance that we were gonna miss that kill. Well, the good news is the fire starter is basically in front of the convoy now, so they're going to be hard-pressed to get away from us at this point. Don't like to see the center torso going dark there. Yeah, definitely a little bit of a concern. And they have a Panther. Can't think of anything else that moves on 4 and mounts a particle cannon.
Good to go.
Alright, are we in... Okay, we're in the side arc, not the back arc. Good, that's what I was hoping for. Move to
Don't
here.
have to tell me twice.
You are target A. This will probably work. And... oh, everybody's indirect only. Well, never mind. Then this is a totally normal shot. We're just blowing off some steam here.
Got it.
Yeah, we totally could have just fired, like, just the LRM-5, but I was real nervous about that not quite being good enough. Oof.
Warning. Armor breached.
Waiting on you,
Internal
Commander.
Alright, okay, it gives me optimal range on you, and okay, yeah.
On my way.
This works as a strategy.
You get a headshot, and you get a headshot.
Pretty weakened in that right armor. Man, everything goes front when you shoot from the right. I can't tell you how annoyed I am about the fact that these enemy mechs actually have all of their armor on. Okay, good. I was hoping to draw some attention to this Centurion, because the other Centurion's looking a little rough.
You got nothing, you hear me?
Okay, we need
Yes,
to
Commander.
finish the job here. Left side is busted up. Pretty dangerous. Okay, a medium laser hit to either the front or the right armor is lethal.
Copy that.
Get set. The LZ
So we can just bounce if we want. We don't have to fight anybody else. It kind of feels like it's not worth fighting. Like, these are all bad mechs. I know I took multiple points of salvage, and I'm annoyed that it seems like there's not going to be a single thing here worth actually salvaging. But I also don't want to take a bunch of structure
Easy on the
damage.
armor, buddy.
I might... Let's see. Right arm's busted up. I might just withdraw from
Full throttle.
this theater, sort of. The evac zone's over there, which means we can't really get to it. And we'll just fight these guys off as best we can. What a decision to make.
I'm showing minor damage.
Alright, this is why I turned the mech the way I turned it, so that if we had to tank a panther shot, we were doing it in the healthy side.
Good to go.
Alright, my little friend, you have given me a perfect excuse to bleed off some of this heat. Really, I'm not allowed to hit him from the front. I can't just walk to right here. I'm walking to the space where I would punch him in the front, and then another couple... That's very annoying. The 70 damage on a mech that's as armored as this isn't even going to be lethal. Yo, that really sucks. Are we in... No, we're not in good weapons range here. Actually, we might be in good weapons range here. It might just be that the amount of evasion he has is enough to make that awkward. No, we're not. We're definitely too close. Thing is, I also want to shoot at this locust because he's left himself kind of vulnerable. Here, hold on.
Good to go.
Let's have this centurion go first. We turn so that our right side is toward them. Yeah, this guy's still at full health. That's unacceptable to me. Let's... Yeah, let's do this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, very successful strike.
Did you see that? Did you see it?
We just gotta reduce the number of enemies that we're facing here. Your weaker side is your right side, and that's also where the ammo is. That makes this punch feel really bad. So I think what I do instead of the punch is I do this thing.
Affirmative.
Yeah, this thing, turn off the LRMs, precision strike. You are kidding me. Oh, it's just over the line, man. I don't want to turn anything off here. He has 65 leg health. I'm going for the leg. And we'll turn off the medium laser, I guess. The UAC is the main attraction here.
Right, Commander.
There we go. That's a good outcome. So that's got him on the ground until late
Critical hit,
next
Commander.
turn. Plenty of time for the Jenner to get over here and clean him up. 2 medium laser hits away from death. Gonna make our lives a lot easier. Okay, armor's starting to feel a little soft.
Commander. All weapons are go.
Alright, we got him. Yeah, man, this SRM6s with 10 damage. What a good weapon. Oof, right arm comes clean off, man. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We were probably a single turn away from removing the last of their weaponry, or removing the last of their vision of us up here. Really sucks that we didn't quite get there. I'm assuming, yeah, you're running essentially 0 heat. I guess there's not a strong reason for me to keep the lasers on. shooting into... I guess the laser staying on if I do this makes sense. I want the locust. We'd have to hit it twice? I guess if we're going to call a shot... we just call it to the arm and remove the last of his weapon systems.
All weapons committed.
Okay.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Locust's melee for like 20 or something, so it's going to make our lives a little bit easier. And also, we're just going to punch the hell out of him. Oh yeah? He survived that? 15 health, man.
Got it.
The move here is just run up and shoot him with a small laser.
You're not gonna like this.
How? How are you still alive? By which I mean, you are not still alive.
Engaging physical attack.
Okay. So now they have
Enemy mech destroyed.
2 more tiny mechs. I feel like anytime I take a decent amount of salvage, everything the enemy team is running is total garbage.
Receiving you.
Like, pretty reliably.
Sensors locked on.
Okay, Commando 2D with Bulwark.
Commander?
2D is the Missile
hear ya.
Commando. So, that one, I'd like that dead. It'd be
Good
cool
to
if we
go.
could make that guy die. Nobody can get range. Nobody can get a direct line on him. Well, alright.
Roger that. Waiting for orders.
Another 20 missiles in the same quadrant.
Coordinates received. Time to die.
Hopefully this will do something. Yeah, okay, I'd call that something.
More? Huh?
Shot him in the missiles with our missiles.
Standing by. Got a lock.
There's the Panther, 35 tons. For a second there, I thought I saw a line of sight. You know what? Reserve down. Let's let the Centurions go first. Well, this feels like the thing I ought to do. I'm a little worried about getting Panther
Moving to
next
position.
turn.
Affirmative. That's a critical hit.
He still has missiles
on
in
you,
his
Commander.
other side torso, I believe, which is why there's even a functional SRM to have to worry about.
Moving out.
Okay, I don't think we have to aim this one. Probably we need 2 missiles of the 20 to hit center.
Should have run when you had the chance.
It is possible that we're still going to get tagged by this Panther. I don't know that we're necessarily going to be able to stop him from getting vision. Try to leave our left side available to him. Hoping here that he decides to shoot at the small mech instead of the medium mech, because the small mech still has very strong armor. Nope. He is an asshole.
Reporting structural damage.
What a good center hit, too. Ah, can't quite get to him. Alright, well, let's, he has 1 evasion. We can strip that.
Standing by. I've got a sensor lock.
And let's see if he survives Centurion fire.
Waiting for orders.
Probably just in case, turn the maximum amount I can while still operating the guns. Yeah, he was probably firing into my side arc to begin with, so it's kind of unbelievable that he hit center like that. Okay, apparently I only get to fire the 1 weapon. I don't want to try to take his arm off, but yeah, let's just attempt to core him. All right, one of those hit.
What can I do for you? You betcha. Got it.
Well, my team's doing a really good job of hitting him with absolutely nothing. So if that was the goal, good work, everybody. We're hitting him in all of the parts of his body that don't matter. Even if those shots had not gone center, if they had wandered to his right side instead of to his left side, they still would have been fine. But that's very frustrating. Alright, run up on him and give him everything with a precision strike to kill his initiative. I was hoping to get punch range.
Commander?
You're not going to be able to shoot him anyway.
Waiting for orders.
There we go, this is what I wanted.
Roger that. Firing on target.
Okay, that's a
That
pretty
you
good
feel,
start.
You'll take it and like it.
Remove all of his weapons, dramatically overheat him, knock him over. Then
Good to
sadly,
go.
you basically can't fire, right? Now you get your UAC.
Firing on target.
Okay, that
That's
sucked.
a kill.
It's not what I wanted.
Mission successful.
So we took 3 pieces of salvage. I don't think we get anything of value. I mean, we don't have a functioning panther. We don't have a finished panther. So we're gonna, I think, finish that. I think we're at 4 on that. Yeah. And then I don't think we have any Spider 5K pieces. You take that and then one of the Locust that we're fairly sure that we don't have any Spider 5K. We should probably take LRM 20s, actually. Like, skip the mechs that are not... Skip the mech parts that are not finishing a mech. Can I please pull these? Like, it's not letting me pull these out of the thing or replace them directly. I have to drag them very carefully back to the actual list. Okay, we got the Locust 1E part anyway. Well, now we have a Panther that we can run. And unlike a lot of our other little mechs, this will not immediately go into storage to avoid paying upkeep costs. We'll actually run this thing. The Panther is... It's kind of a weird mech. You would expect it to really be a long-range support mech, but it actually punches way better than... Yeah, they've even been used in physical slugging matches to good effect. It punches way harder than its weight class would suggest. So sometimes you wanna get up and throw a punch with it. And once again, we find ourselves in a pretty rough position mech-wise. The Centurion and the Firestarter can probably go right back out, but medium lasers. And we can't field the Panther because it doesn't have any weapons in it yet. So, if we're going to do another job, it has to be Centurion, Firestarter, Locust, and we have to be pretty cautious. That said, I think we're only doing pretty easy missions from here on, so maybe that's fine. Let's try to do hot landing. Boy, this has not been as lucrative as I was hoping. Satellite surveillance pictures show a heavy lance was inserted into the planet's surface by a pirate dropship. Currently, we believe they're securing their LZ and preparing for whatever operation they have planned. Before they finish securing the area, interrupt them. They're heavily armed, so expect strong resistance. I mean, it's a 1.5 skull mission. They can't be heavily armed. Okay, so we'll run you here. We probably don't want the sensor lock in the Locust. This is a long-range Locust, so we probably want to do that. We could run Pancake in the Locust instead for the extra movement, or the extra evasion charge. I'm inclined to think that's probably better for it than Bulwark. Yeah, I know. I know it's not great. We're going to be a little bit careful with the Centurion because it sustained some actual torso damage, but we should be able to keep it at a distance. There's no reason for that Centurion to have to get close. It's not even the one that has the punching laser, so... And if we get this mission done, we can just leave. We might do the other skull and a half. I might do it off camera, because it probably will be easy and uninteresting. My guess is there will not be any fun salvage or anything. But this mission's talking like we're going to see some mechs that we actually want to take a piece of. I don't trust it, which is why I did not up the salvage. I mean, let's be honest. If I upped the amount of salvage we were taking, then nothing but garbage mechs would show up. If we want to lure out the good stuff, we have to give them the false sense of security that we could never possibly complete a mech with their bodies. Move up, make contact, make serious resistance. See, like, that's sort of an example of what I was talking about not that long ago when I said that there's just too much word in the game. The characters talk too much. Darius says the same damn thing at the beginning of every mission, but he always says it in a slightly different way. He could just not, though. But what if he just didn't? Alright, do we have a reading?
Heads up, Commander. You've got
do.
hostile contacts inbound.
Striker, probably.
Good to go.
Okay, apparently we are not going to get sensor range like that. Yeah, this'll do.
Picked up a blip.
So we have a 35-ton mech that's about to move, and a vehicle that is almost undoubtedly a Stinger. I think let's take the Stinger. Or Striker, rather. Okay, that's a fire starter, not a big deal as long as we don't let it get close.
Orders.
Are we... Okay, hold on. I'm backing up too much. I do not want to be outside of effective range. There we go.
On the move.
This is not a lot of damage, but it's a start. Alternatively, I suppose we could shoot the fire starter because this is not a lot of damage and it doesn't hurt too badly for it to get lost. We have 12 volleys and this generates no heat, so... Now, I'm going to do this. Let's get started on this thing. I want that dead. Hey, what a surprise! Light mechs. Who could have
hear ya.
predicted this? Who could possibly?
What can I do for you?
Let's run Cruz first, because we can use her to strip some evasion.
You betcha. Uh-huh.
Really, only 50% on those LRMs, huh? Guess she's outside of the optimal missile range. Oh, for a second there, I thought that was contact.
Systems recycling for another shot. Waiting on you, Commander.
And they have something else that moves on 3. Isn't that interesting? Need to get a little closer? I guess I can't. Well, do we even bother then? I think probably the answer is no. Just move up here and drop the LRMs. Except that I can't even get into good range to do that.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Whatever. I'm not going to not fire them.
Here we go!
We're getting through. The Locust might actually finish the job. Okay, that's another striker. How much evasion did I... Okay, I did not actually leave a ton of evasion on the Locust. Then again, in a very real sense, I don't care how much damage the Locust takes, except that I sure don't want the pilot to die. Come on, Mech Warriors, it's Commander. Hey, come on, Mech Warriors, it's Commander. I can't run up to hit him with the support weapons. I'm gonna assume that means he can't do it to me either. Right side took a hit, so we want to be facing like this. Right, unfortunately, we're firing into the side armor now, but it's still possible we could get the kill. Side armor's not in great shape either. Okay, that was very convenient.
One more for the trash.
Really nice to have that out of the way. Oh cool, additional tiny mechs.
Receiving you.
Nope, reserving. To make them commit and get their evasion charges for the turn, and then we will do stuff to them. Wow, that's... He certainly got his evasion charges for the turn, that's what I said. And the Firestarter... We might be able to punch that guy. Yeah. Let's go from the side and not use the flamethrower.
Copy that.
Right at the edge of our movement range, so three pips of evasion. And honestly, the leg is maybe the best possible hit there. Although, obviously, it would have been nice to actually knock him over.
Good to go.
Yep, that looks like a thing we ought to do.
Got it.
Oh yeah, wasn't I going to be careful with this mech? Whatever. Do I really want to fire everything? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I want to be certain we get it.
You like
Because if
that?
we didn't get it, I'm a little worried about our fire starter.
What can I do for you?
Apparently I can't punch that guy, even though I can obviously punch that guy. Which is very annoying, because like that means that he is not shootable. It's very difficult, anyway. You know, I'm just going to go for this.
Got it. And there's more where that came. We can do this. Let's go. Standing by.
Alright, let's, Do I want to just hit him again like this, though? Probably not. I think I take too much damage in response. This gives me a little bit more distance, but I'm still probably going to get laid out. But if we move a lot, we lose the ability to deal any damage. Maybe we just don't use the fire starter right now. We let the fire starter, by the way, totally my mech. Just, you know, listen, skulls are the bad guys, and I just get confused sometimes. I've been awake for A long time.
On my way.
Too long. Yeah, alright, let's just do this. This might be enough stability damage to knock him over, even if we don't get the leg.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Yes, it was. Okay. So now their fire starter has to commit to a move. Alright. I think this was the best version of that, letting him do that while I still had some evasion to try to shrug off the medium lasers. And then the question is, do we finish off the spider? It's probably not, right? You probably go around back here and try to cut this guy up. Give him one of these.
Heading out.
Precision strike to the top right, where he keeps the machine gun ammo.
Firing on rear arc.
Managed to miss with both of the medium lasers, so nothing of value was done.
Watch my six. Minimal damage on that hit. Waiting for orders.
Wonder what kind of mech that is. That could be almost anything, right?
I read you, Commander. Moving out. Ugh!
Like something that moves on initiative 3 and has an LRM-10 stock.
See that? Did you see it?
That could be a huge number of medium mechs. Yep, so the mission where it makes sense for us to take the money. Or the mission where it makes sense for us to take the salvage. There is no good
I
salvage.
hear ya.
And then on this mission, all we have is good salvage. Well, I guess I don't really have a lot of different options here.
Coordinates received.
Sure would be neat to kill this thing. Managed to fire the assault cannon ammunition with such force that it went clean through that hill into his legs. Okay, Spider 5V, not exactly terrifying. Really, a headshot.
Oh, I'm hit.
Cool.
Yes, Commander.
Feels like that happens an awful lot. He's not acting until 3. So yeah, I guess we do this. Probably want to save the flamethrower ammo for the potentially larger threat.
Commander.
I guess we could do that. I guess there's not a strong reason not to.
Firing.
Because we are going to have enough ammo here, right? We don't have to worry about that. May well just put on a little bit of damage if we can.
Waiting on you, Commander.
All right, we gotta put this nonsense to rest here.
Don't need to tell me twice.
They need to lose vision
Gonna
of
be
us.
good.
All right, leg out is good. Leg out probably means pretty tight center targeting from Cruz.
Enemy flanking.
All right, that's quite enough of that.
Commander?
Fortunately, I think... Okay, I can find the AC5 shot. It's maybe a little not ideal in terms of range. That's somewhat better. There we go.
On my way.
There we go, that's the one. Do I want a precision strike? 15% of shots go in. We'd need 4 of the missiles to hit, or, of course, the AC-5. I'm going to precision strike. Not for the aim, obviously, because we already get the aim, but just for the extra chance to hit. Okay. No more standing up for that one.
That's a kill.
And now they don't have vision of the fire starter anymore.
Orders. Good to go. Confirmed.
Let's try to keep it close to the hill, out of sight until they come around a little bit, and then we can just like jump over and drop down directly on them. And I am not inclined to do anything at all with the Locust yet.
Standing by.
Yes, there's something with an LRM-20 and then another something with an LRM-10.
Good to go.
Wonder how far away from this thing... Okay, this might do it. I'm gonna say how far away we have to get before we're not shootable anymore and they have to actually come around. Oh, that is 55 tons right there.
Waiting for orders. Orders. Waiting for orders.
I guess they've all taken their turns, right?
Heading out.
So a Trebuchet and a Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk's a fine piece of machinery. Well, I mean, I guess we'll go ahead and fire. Doesn't accomplish a whole lot. If we precision strike it down to... No, you know what? Just attack, because we'll do the precision strike with tire fire. Dude's armor has seen better days.
Coordinates received.
What does he keep on this arm? A single laser, in fact.
Tell me what to do.
Torso section has ammo in at least. Don't feel the need to adjust the camera. Alright, we're gonna have a hard time escaping the missile lock this time.
Receiving you.
Probably very dangerous for the fire starter to get involved up close, but I guess actually, as long as we're not showing our back, probably not that bad. We could jump over and attack his back, actually. We have 2 LRM-15s. That's what I was mistaking for an LRM-20. It turns out the real truth is so much worse. This might just get me punched.
Up high.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's worth doing, though. So we're aiming for here, right? No, right torso. No, his left torso. Okay, how much armor? He has 18 armor in the back. Oh, we should definitely fire everything, too.
Here it comes.
Ooh, those look like they went to the right place. Yes! Touched off the ammo.
Solid connection on that one.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Ready for orders.
You should probably be elsewhere. Now, now that we have a somebody else maintaining vision.
Aye, aye.
Very pleased with how that shot went. He's firing shallow volleys. I wonder why.
What can I do for you?
Could be a heat issue. But it could just as easily be ammo conservation. He knows he's not going to hit with everything here, and he's not getting the shots he wants, so he's just going to do it kind of softly.
Roger that. Firing on target.
Alright, we are through to the center.
Waiting for orders.
Through to the center and close to having a line of sight. I don't really want to be firing into that arc, though. Okay, we can do this and still be hitting in the front. Leaves the autocannon basically useless. That's alright.
Roger that.
Continue to let it rest, because I want it hale and hearty when we go for the trebuchet here. So while we only have one piece of priority loot, we could potentially get more than one piece of loot from the trebuchet by killing it with lots of pieces left and just hoping for blind luck. And I'm not trying to say that hope for blind luck is like a good strategy for things in life, but I'm just saying, you know, it's a thing we have available to us. So he's got ammo in both arms. I guess the right torso is slightly better as a target. And I'll tell you, he really doesn't want people way up on top of him like this. Ah, I gotta turn off a laser. That's a shame, because that's a pretty large amount of penetration we just lost there. Okay, we're through both sides, though, so now he has to be super careful, because we can fire a machine gun into 2 open ammo bins. Curious maneuver there from that light mech. I guess it probably works out fine. He still has, yeah, roughly 100 points of evasion. Pretty good odds of a kill, actually.
Roger. Roger. Mech destroyed.
This is working out
I hear ya.
okay-ish.
Moving out.
I'm actually going to go ahead and take the fly swatter shot here. See if we get lucky.
No problem. I've got enough guns for everyone.
Also, we got to make this guy a little nervous. Eh, alright. Not really lucky. We got about the expected number of hits there.
Right, Commander. Got it.
Alright, next turn we're going to have a real, like, actual direct shot. Interesting decision to just go bulwark and not even try to evade. That's pretty bad because it doesn't prevent me from getting full damage from the back.
Acknowledged.
Guarded and bulwark only work on shots from the front and side arcs. But I guess the heat was such that he felt he didn't have a lot of options. And yeah, it is increasingly looking like we're just coring this dude. I think I might sensor lock the spider. Try to give the Centurion the kill. 'Cause hitting this guy from anywhere other than the back and right, like, it feels pretty not useful to fight him in that way. That's right, Pancake doesn't have sensor lock. What am I thinking? Well, then we'll do the old school version of sensor lock, where you fire a single weapon at him. And unsurprisingly, make no contact.
Negative damage. Repeat. Negative damage. Good to go.
Oh, weird, he elected not to fire. I can't imagine why.
sight, Commander.
I really
Waiting for orders.
would love to get rid of him so that the trebuchet doesn't even have the option of shooting decent shots at us. Alright, come on, UAC.
Uh-huh.
Well, did something, I
Waiting
guess.
for orders.
So we have one more flamethrower blast. I don't get to include a punch this time, which is a real shame. Because I didn't jump, I do get to use both the lasers. Yeah, I'm just gonna...
Affirmative.
Let's just finish it. Trying to get multiple pieces of that guy by destroying him very carefully, putting in a bunch of effort, and then still only getting the one piece that we took as priority would feel really crummy. So I think we'll go ahead and precision strike him down to initiative 2. If I'm doing this, I may as well fire everything.
Good to go.
Don't quite have punch range. But I think I have to move up, like... I have to move up and make him understand that that's on the table. And also get some evasion in case he does something crazy.
Got it. Max speed, no shooting. Waiting for orders.
You can come around and get this angle.
Affirmative. Critical hit, Commander.
Damn these smalls. Just surviving everything.
Commander.
We could melee him for 15 entire damage. Doesn't feel like the right move. We're not going to be able to get proper range, though. And I don't have any jump jets. So even a direct hit from the medium laser doesn't do it. Well, whatever. We're just going to have to hope that we get the medium laser and also some of the LRMs come through. Ooh, that was right. There we go.
Tango down.
What a miserable pair of missions,
Mission
loot-wise.
successful.
On one mission, we actually could get some loot, and we just don't have the capacity to force it. And on the other mission, the difficulty alludes to the chance of real loot, and instead we just get... that didn't feel like a 2-skull to me, frankly. And of course, people getting shot in the head. Yeah, definitely third piece of trebuchet, without question. And we got an LRM-15. That's not too bad. We didn't really take any meaningful damage there, so... I think we will do the other skull and a half here on this planet, but I'm not going to do it on camera because it's probably not going to be interesting. So I think this is where we will say goodbye for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I will clean up our remaining mess here, and when you come back tomorrow, next time, we'll have a whole new plan, and maybe we'll take a trip to a black market. We still don't really have a ton of money, but, you know, maybe we can make some there. I'll think about it, and we'll see you then.